I'm a transparency kind of guy. Congress is not a transparency kind of institution. Exhibit A, settlements entered into between members of Congress and those who've accused them of sexual misconduct of some kind. The Congress people don't want us to know who they are. But here's the thing. We paid for these settlements. Yep, as I told you a few weeks ago, they harass, then they settle, then we pay. So that's one reason we should know. Here's the other. If you don't know who they are, then they're free to prey on someone else. Every woman is potentially a victim in waiting. Now, you're probably wondering what argument Congress has against disclosure, other than that they don't feel like it. It's because, say it with me, they didn't settle because they did anything wrong, but just to avoid protracted litigation. Yeah, and the tax cut benefits the middle class, too. Now, in all fairness, some Congress people are concerned. Congressman Ron DeSantis is a Republican from Florida. He proposed a bill last week that would mandate public disclosure of sex harassment settlements and stop us from having to pay for them.
I think taxpayers have a right to know why they were made and whose behalf they were made on, but just a completely inappropriate use of tax dollars.
Sounds about right to me. And you know who else supports this? Donald Trump. Maybe it's because if he ever settled any of those dozen or so charges against him, the Congressional Slush Fund would not apply. Of course, if they refuse to undo these absurd rules, we could just file a Freedom of Information request, right?
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
FOIA actually does not apply to Congress because lawmakers argue it would disrupt legislative deliberations. Sexually harassing staffers might disrupt legislative deliberations too, don't you think? Now, as you likely know, as we just said, Detroit's John Conyers has stepped down as ranking Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee. But not before Nancy Pelosi said this about him yesterday on Meet the Press.
John Conyers is an icon in our country. Well,
Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., and Kevin Spacey were icons too. And now that the sun has shined on their misconduct, it's time it shine on Congress's too. What do you think? Email us, tweet us, share your thoughts.